This is Chapter 2, Chemistry of Outer Transition Elements, that is part of Inorganic Chemistry. We are studying the general features of the transition elements, and today we will study the alloy formation. Before I start with the detailed explanation of this topic, I'd first like to give you a quick review of what is an alloy. So basically an alloy is the mixture of two or more elements, but the condition is that at least one element among the mixture should be a metal. You could have more than one metals as well, but at least one metal should be present in the mixture to call it as an alloy. This is the image that I have added. Here you can see that you have different alloys, that is bronze, gold, brass, iron, sterling silver. The most common example is the gold, as we know that gold in the pure form itself is brittle. To harden it, we add copper and silver in it. So this makes that an alloy that we usually use for the jewelry and as an ornament. Now what causes the transition elements to form alloy? The reason is that they have the tendency to form alloy because they have similar atomic sizes. And when they have similarities in the atomic sizes, it means their mixing will be easier. Ultimately, they will form the alloys. You get this question in your board examinations that transition elements have tendency to form alloys. And what is the reason? The answer to this question is that because of the similarities in the atomic sizes. Since the atomic sizes are similar, so they can easily mix with one another and form the alloy. Now the properties of the alloys, as we are talking about the transition metals. So the basic thing is that it is metal. When we know that metals are corrosive, for example, we have iron. If I put an iron rod outside home and it's raining, what will happen? It will rust. So if I add a particular element in that iron metal, it makes an alloy, and that addition will enhance the resistance against the corrosion. It will give a shiny appearance to the pure metals, as metal itself is not very shiny, so adding the impurity, making it an alloy, give it more shiny appearance. It will improve the rigidity, strength, and makes the compound lightweight. This is also a pictorial representation of. Here you can see that you have a pure metal, that is iron, in which you have a uniform layering of the iron atoms. Iron itself is salt, but when you mix it with another element and make it an alloy, for example, here we have used the alloy of iron, that is steel. Now it is a mixture, and when it is in the form of an alloy, from soft it becomes harder. It has greater rigidity, better strength, light in weight. Also, it has enhanced the resistance against the corrosion. So if you get this question in your board examination, you are asked to write about the general property of the transition elements, and they ask about the alloy formation. So you have to report what is an alloy and then what causes the transition elements to form alloy, and when it is formed, what are the changes or the properties of the alloys. It's completely up to you. You have to make sure that you read the question thoroughly and then rephrase your answer. If you want to put headings, you can write it in the heading forms, then explanation. You can write it in bullet forms. You can make columns. It's completely up to your critical thinking how you want to attempt the question, but make sure that all the content is covered so that you attain full marks for this topic. Now the next thing that we have for alloys is that some of the alloys along with its composition and uses are given in our coursework. This is a very important topic as you get this as an part attached to your descriptive question that you will be getting in the video for the chapter 2 important questions. So we have 4 alloys: stainless steel, duralumin, brass and bronze. Their compositions are also mentioned. Here you can see that it is a mixture of 2 or more elements. Stainless steel, mostly it is used for the cutlery making and surgical instrument. Duralumin for the utensils and aeroplane. For plumbing and automotive parts you use the brass, and bronze that we usually get for the medals, statues, and it is also a currency for some places, so they make coins from it. You might also get this in your short question answers. Also for the multiple choice question in which they ask that in plumbing and automotive parts which alloy is used, so you can say that brass is used. Or they ask for the composition of the brass, so you can tick on the copper and zinc and get full marks. This is a very important topic. You get this in your short question answers in the scientific reasoning as well. Also, you get this as a part of the descriptive question answers in inorganic chemistry along with its in multiple choice question. As I stated earlier, a video will be made and you can see that video for the chapter 2 important question which you have already gotten in your board examination and those that you will get in the board examination. Now a self-assessment question that I have prepared is: transition elements have tendency to form alloys. What is the reason? Yes, they have the tendency to form alloys because of similarities in the atomic sizes, which makes their mixing easier, so they form the alloys. You simply write the keyword similarities in the atomic sizes makes mixing easier and you will get full marks for this question. There is no need at all to state the properties, definition or example as this is not asked in the question. So make sure that when you attempt the question, you read it thoroughly and what content they are asking you to write, only that must be mentioned. Any extra content that you write in your copies does not give you any marking. So you simply answer this question, that is transition elements have tendency to form alloys because of similarities in the atomic radius, which makes their mixing easily and you will get full marks. This is all for today. Thank you so much.